over the last week, I've received numerous requests from you guys asking my opinion on the Alvin Kamara situation that went down last weekend before the Pro Bowl in Las Vegas. I really I really wasn't keen on talking about this because number one, I'm just clearly biased on the matter. Alvin Kamara, one of my favorite players on my favorite team. This is not a subject that I would usually talk about, but with it being a slower than normal news day because of the Super Bowl, I figured we would go ahead and get this out of the way today. Now, I'm going to try to be as objective as possible. For those of you that don't know, Alvin Kamara was involved in a physical altercation at Dria's nightclub in Las Vegas last weekend. Apparently, he and his so called entourage or his posse, or what I like to call his group of friends, whatever the hell you want to call it. I prefer a group of friends, like I said. The media, they prefer entourage or posse. And I've never understood that. If you are out partying with your friends, do you call yourselves a posse or an entourage? No, it's your friend group. Anytime a high profile athlete is involved with something like this, the media likes to label them an entourage, posse, gang of people. Negative connotations. The same mainstream media who likes to victimize black people in this country, but I digress. Alvin Kamara and his friends, they're getting on the elevator, and some dude tries to get on the elevator with them. Alvin Kamara, he lightly pushes the dude back, puts his hands on his chest, trying not to let the guy on the elevator. The dude takes it as a threat, or at minimum, he takes offense to it. So he slaps Alvin Kamara's hand off his chest. According to Kamara's statement to police, during the middle of all this, the victim called one of Alvin Kamara's friends ugly. I guess that was enough to justify fucking this dude up. Not sure why. If another dude called me ugly, I'd be happy about it. Means I don't have to worry about him trying to grab my ass on the elevator. At 1 or 2 in the afternoon, none of any of this would be considered a big deal. But at 4, 5, 6 in the morning, after hours and hours of drinking, this same scenario is cause for a fight, which is exactly what happened. Alvin Kamara, his group of friends, they jumped this dude and they beat the shit out of him. Don't take my word for it, see for yourself. Apparently, in the middle of the fight, they found an opportunity to dress the guy in lace. I don't know what the hell that white shit is doing on the side of his face other than being a nice decorative piece courtesy of Alvin Kamara. But anyway, this altercation happened before the Pro Bowl last Sunday. The NFL, Las Vegas police, they knew about this before the game. They allowed Alvin Kamara to play anyway. Immediately after the game, they arrest him. All right. So that's just a brief synopsis of what went down. I have had a week to think about this. I'll tell you what I think, and I'll be as objective as possible. The attorneys of Alvin Kamara announced the other day that they are launching their own investigation into this incident. The cops, they have surveillance video of what happened. Hasn't been released to the public yet, but there is a reason Alvin Kamara's attorneys want to investigate this themselves. They are looking for a way out. They're going to look into this victim's background, trying to find something they can use to publicly embarrass him. They're going to study the surveillance tape frame by frame. Why? It's not because they're concerned Alvin Kamara is going to jail. The only jail time he will see from this is the few hours his ass sat in that holding cell being processed. His attorneys know the lawsuit is coming, and they want to mitigate as much of the damage as possible. They also want this to disappear from the public eye as quickly as possible. So if they can uncover anything, something embarrassing from the victim's background, hopefully he will look to settle this quietly, take his little 6-figure settlement and move on. Now, enough of the legal bullshit. Let's look at this from the perspective of Alvin Kamara and then the NFL. If you are Alvin Kamara, you cannot put yourself in this situation. Before this incident last weekend, he had a spotless reputation. I remember back in 2017, during his rookie year, he would leave the Superdome after games, hop on Poydras Street, walk himself back to his apartment in the French Quarter. During that time, he would hang out with fans on the street, take pictures. He's a likable kid. He's done a lot of charity work for the city of New Orleans. This incident puts a stain on an otherwise spotless reputation. I know there's this perception in the NFL that NFL teams will allow star players, or players in general, to get away with just about anything as long as they're producing on the field. That is partially true. NFL teams will let you slip up once, twice, maybe three times, but once it becomes a pattern of behavior, I don't care how great you are, NFL teams will not touch you. Just ask Pac-Man Jones, Greg Hardy, Colin Kaepernick. Now, Colin Kaepernick didn't get into legal trouble, but because of his antics, he became controversial. What is the one thing NFL head coaches cannot tolerate? Distractions. It's one of the reasons Urban Meyer couldn't make it through a full season in Jacksonville. He's the head coach, and he's the biggest fucking distraction in the locker room. Alvin Kamara is a high profile player, high profile athlete. He's not some third string running back. He is a star. He's one of the leaders in the locker room in New Orleans. With that high profile comes added risk, added responsibility. Now, I'm not accusing this victim of going after a cash grab here. I haven't seen the video of what happened. But when you're rich, when you're a high profile NFL player, you automatically become a target for situations like this. Someone looking for a come up, someone looking for an easy payday, someone who will bait you into a situation like this where all it takes is one punch and you find yourself tied up in litigation potentially for years. It's a distraction. Here's what I don't understand about all this. Why was Alvin Kamara allowed to play in the Pro Bowl? Remove NFL star Alvin Kamara from this equation. Put, I don't know, average Ron and his group of biker friends in the same scenario. You think security at Dria's is allowing them to leave the scene after the incident happened? You think Las Vegas police are waiting damn near 24 hours to make an arrest? From all the reports I've seen, this is an open and shut case. They have surveillance of what happened. Let's take it a step further. We all know the racial climate in the NFL right now. There is a bias against black quarterbacks. There's a bias against black head coaches. Where is this supposed fucking bias in this situation? It seems to me the NFL, along with the Las Vegas police, bent over backwards for Alvin Kamara. They accommodated him in every way possible. They didn't come grab him off the field during pregame warm-ups for the Pro Bowl. They didn't interrupt the second or third quarter. Excuse me, we need to stop this game right now. We have a warrant for the arrest of Alvin Kamara. Imagine for a second, Urban Meyer was coaching the Pro Bowl, and he is in this exact same situation. In the racial climate of the NFL right now, you think Roger Goodell is allowing him to coach the game? You think they're allowing him anywhere near the stadium? His ass would be sitting in a holding cell. What if it had been a white NFL player, say Rob Gronkowski? He and a group of his friends jumped this black dude. What do you think the media reaction would have been to that? Now, I'm willing to give Alvin Kamara a pass on this, not because he's the best player in New Orleans. I'm not being biased because he plays for the Saints. I'm willing to give him a pass because he's 26 years old and he made a mistake. This is out of character for Alvin Kamara. It's not a pattern of behavior, and hopefully it doesn't become a pattern of behavior. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you become a problem, the NFL will be done with you. They will blackball you. Ask Michael Vick, ask Vince Young, Colin Kaepernick, hell, Brian Flores, who had a promising coaching career ahead of him, ruined because he became a problem, a distraction. Anyway, what do you guys think of the Alvin Kamara incident? Do you think this could become a pattern of behavior for him? Or is this just a one-off, one mistake? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.